Hey guys, what's up? This is Alpha and welcome to my channel AlphaRPG, and today is Saturday, which means these are the last two videos of the week. This has been my first week releasing videos, and I hope you guys have liked them as much as I enjoyed making them because they were really fun but challenging at the same time. I'm actually I'm really behind schedule on these videos. I was going to release videos ages ago, but university work started piling up on me, and it just didn't leave me time to do it. So I have time right now, I have like 2 hours. So I said, oh, why not? And I'm taking advantage of it right now. So I said this in the last videos, and that I had no idea what I was going to do for these two videos for Saturday. But thanks to a nostalgic and really, really interesting post on my Facebook newsfeed, I got an idea. It was the 11 things you probably miss about the old MapleStory. And if you guys want to read that article, by the way, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. It gave me an idea. It was about the 11 things we probably miss about the old MapleStory, and it gave me an idea to make these kind of videos, right? Just talk about video games. It's not something anything new, but I thought it would be interesting, you know. So welcome to the first ever Let's Talk About session, and for this first video, I thought it would be great to talk about how MapleStory has changed since it was launched back in April 29, 2003. So for those that don't know what MapleStory is, which is pretty hard not to know what MapleStory is, but for those that don't, by the way, MapleStory is a free-to-play 2D side-scrolling MMORPG. For those that don't know what MMORPG means, or stands for, my bad, is Massively Multiplayer Online Role-Playing Game. It was developed by South Korean company Wizit, and it really hit its boom back in 2005, having millions of active players worldwide. And I remembered wasting hours, literally hours, playing this game. Not only did I waste time, though, I wasted a good amount of money. Alright, I wasted a lot of money. A lot. Yeah. So, I started playing it because a friend and me were playing RuneScape. And we got really addicted to it. And it just happened one day, RuneScape mentioned that they were having an upgrade to the graphics. So I think it was 2006, 2007, and he told me, well, we can play another game, and he ended up showing me MapleStory, and we were doing it. We were just gonna do it to waste some time and till the update was done, the upgrade, my bad, and we ended up just sticking with it because of all the great things you could do. I mean, I loved the character classes, the abilities, the gear, especially Nexon Cashier, which is where the money went, and the monsters, the quests. And of course, the one thing I loved about the game, the reason I stayed so long, and I'm still staying with it, I was playing it because of the video, but I'm sticking with it because for a reason, the people. So, although MMORPG is usually centered around leveling up to be able to advance and defeat more monsters to become the best in the game by reaching the highest level possible, even though MapleStory started with that same idea, it ended up not being about that, though. Even though that was the initial setup. Ended up being about its community, the people chatting and interacting with each other, making friends, building friendships that even extended past the internet and becoming real-life friends. That was what MapleStory was really about, you know? It was about player communication. You were usually drawn in by a friend who would recommend it or show you some gameplay footage or the trailer for the game. Well, that was rare. He would probably show gameplay footage mostly, but they'd convince you to try it, or the video would convince you to try it, and you ended up staying. But not because of the abilities or gear, even though it was cool, but because you ended up making friends with a lot of other players. And it was really easy back in those days to make friends. Mostly because the fact was that leveling up back in those days was hard as fuck. Like, seriously, it was fucking hard as balls. You would get to level 25 through quests, and then you just had a recurring party quest to get to level 30. Afterwards, you had two options. Well, three, technically. You either did Speak'em and Carnival, which is hard as fuck when you're level 30, because you really need to be at least level 35 to do decent, or you could grind quests and monsters like hell, but that was a pain in the ass. And that was all you could do, but that was what people liked about it as well. The challenge, it was a challenge. It wasn't easy. So what happened to that MapleStory? Simple. It changed. On July 2010, Wizard released an update called the Big Bang to the Korean MapleStory server. Afterwards, the other versions followed suit. The Big Bang made many changes to the game, basically creating an entirely new version of Maple So much that Wizard themselves said it's a revamp of the old Maple. Two of the major changes were the experience curve and the drop rate. Once you reached level 10, all you had to do was grind because monsters and quests were changed, so you would be able to get way more experience than ever. It's insane, seriously. They increased it so much that they needed to that you didn't even have to do party quests. My bad. You didn't even have to do party quests. I mean, fucking party quests. Basically, the way we would make friends or maybe enemies with other players and work together to level up. Basically, the greatest thing about Maple became unnecessary. I mean, even the drop rate had been increased so much that items that you would usually need to grind for hours were now dropping like crap items like spores and mushroom caps. Like, Jesus, it was insane. Remember that blue skull item thing? The one that only gave you like +5 jump and took you forever to get because it was a 3-part quest and it was hard only because that last part where you had to get the dark Nefereth, I don't remember how to pronounce it, Nefereth seed. You need to collect like those 20, but those 20 took you forever, especially that last one. You had 19 out of 20 and you just need one more. It was hard as balls because they dropped it rarely. It was like a 5% chance or something. Fucking felt like a 0.5% chance instead. But yeah, even that's easy. And in my opinion, the main reason why so many people would socialize so much in MapleStory is because it was so hard to level. When you make it easier for people to level up, and even more so easier alone, keyword alone, nobody's going to bother to stop and have a chat to unwind from all the exhausting quests to just level up from level 30, just from leveling up from level 30 to 31. I mean, that's what most people did. They just unwind and have a good time and just chill. And that's where the problem lies. You took out the ever so important components that MapleStory have this balance between socialization and leveling. And that's really damaging to a game which, I mean, the fact that you didn't have to level up together with other people, it didn't help. It didn't matter. It didn't really help you. Takes away the meaning of having party quests or being able to join parties. I mean, parties for guilds, but party quests there's no reason for it. So after 2 years of not playing because, well, it was depressing to play this new version of MapleStory, I decided to download and show you guys what it looks like now. Now, compared to when I last played, it seems that Wizard has finally heard the pleas of the people and decided to reconfigure MapleStory. So everything I said before was about MapleStory of 2012. This is MapleStory 2015 now. So compared to when I last played, Wizard has changed a lot, and it's slowly getting back to what made it good. Communication. Still, according to the spots on the 11 Things list, appearing on Channel 1, which was even worse in a free market with its lag and people, it's not used anymore. But that was, we're not going to, I'm just going to show you guys, but that kind of really doesn't count because I think it died it died a few years before the Big Bang. But what did die is Hennessy's, Hennessy's is still in use though, albeit mostly in Channel 1, but still in use. Free market has improved a lot. Now I actually have some lag when I go in there. Before in 2012 when I went in there was no lag at all. It was like nothing. And this thing, which is pretty cool. But the one most shocking thing and really depressing thing that I found out, because it was a major hangout spot for most people back in the day, and especially me, I spent like hours in that place just chatting away and having a good time and laughing with friends, was that they got rid of the Hennessy's Hunting Ground. Jesus Christ, can you believe that shit? Hennessy's Hunting Ground. It's now Hennessy's Hills of Hennessy's West or whatever one. But yeah, it's gone. Now, it may be extremely depressing nostalgia to see these changes. Overall, this is way better than when I last played in 2012. Believe me. It was a wasteland, empty and barren. Absolutely no one in those places. And there was no one in those places, no one talking or communicating in general. It was a mess. But still, comments from players still suggest that MapleStory hadn't really improved, to be honest. I got in and I met a level 120 or 200 something player. And I just happened to ask where's Hennessy's Hunting Ground, because I wanted to record it for the video. And he told me there's no Hennessy's Hunting Ground. And we just started talking. I was like, well, at least it was improved. And he's like, what do you mean improved? I mean, people are talking, yeah, just us, a few others, but man, before it was way more than that. And it's right. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think it was after the red patch, but the game has started to get back slowly and very, very delicately back to its roots. I believe this is good for MapleStory, to be honest. And if you saw the videos, yeah, I ended up playing a lot. If you notice my level in that video is like level 43, and I didn't even notice. It just happened. But I like the way it's reviving. Leveling is easier, but leveling is, but I like the way it's reviving. Leveling is easier till a certain point, which means the experience curve has been somewhat fixed. Weapons and armor don't drop from every single monster. Like, you don't have like fucking 5 items that were usually 5% back in the day drop like mushroom spores now. They actually drop according to like an elevated rate, so that's good. Two of the most important issues have been sort of solved. But my one complaint is the rise in max level. I mean, the max level is now 250, 50 levels higher than the original 200. Obviously, and now I don't know why they changed it. I haven't really looked into it, but that kind of changed the game quite a bit. I mean, Fameblade had also lost his first place ranking because of it. Maybe it has something to do with Wizard wanting to refresh the top rankings list, or maybe some other reason, but it just doesn't fit well with me. But that's just a personal thing. Well, in all, MapleStory had an incredible growth in popularity over the last decade. And has secured its place as a classic with the MMORPG genre games. Like, there's no doubt about it. It's beating even those that are more open world 3D style games. And though it went in the wrong direction with the Big Bang patch, it has listened to its fans and players and are slowly fixing their mistakes. And that's good. That's important for a game, especially an MMORPG, to listen to their community, to its gaming community. That way you have feedback. Feedback is important in everything. And the good thing is they're listening and actually applying that feedback to the game. And it's becoming a modern version of the old version. Me and so many people my age grew to love and enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And thanks for joining me for this first ever Let's Talk About session. This was really a challenge because of all the editing I had to do. But I love the end result, and I hope you guys did too. And don't worry, there's still one more video for this week. I'm sure you guys will like it. I got the idea while I'm making this video. How about that shit? How about that shit? So if you guys enjoyed, please like, favorite, and subscribe to my channel for more videos next week. And also, why don't you check my other videos? I have 2 series going on right now, 2 episodes of Paper Mario every Tuesday, and 2 of Castlevania for Nintendo 64 every Thursday. The 2 videos for each series are already up for this week, for the first week. And once again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in a bit for the next video. See ya!